It's going to be fine. Right. Do you know what I've realised? Ginger nuts are the best biscuit. Like, legit the best. Best for dunking in your tea, best consistency once dunked, nice and chewy, and the spiciness of the ginger goes so good with your tea. You can always rely on a ginger nut. That's what Em tells me, on the odd chance we're drinking tea and not tequila. I think she forgets how often she says it too, like, it was the first thing she told me when she helped me move in. Sat amongst my crumpled clothes and stacks of books that I lugged across London. She just kept banging on about fucking ginger nuts. And not just any old ginger nut though, it's got to be a Rington's one, you know, the ones you can only get from Waitrose or John Lewis. She swears it's the only thing that she splashes out on, but I've seen her bank statement. The day I moved, the day she told me about her biscuit fetish was actually the day I met her. Sat on the Northern Line, city mapper doing overtime in my hand, and my entire life packed into 3 suitcases and a tote bag. The train pulled into Mornington Crescent. One person got on, a girl, Em. She sat on the opposite end of the carriage too, Nina. I smiled at her, forgetting that I was in London and you don't acknowledge any other human's existence. She glanced at me. I didn't take it personally. Then the train shot off northbound through vast expanse of tunnels until we just stopped, which I was under the impression was normal, but we still sat there 20 minutes later and the driver finally admitted that we just stopped. With no option but to talk, the girl made a comment about TFL and we laughed. She introduced herself as Em. We spent the next 2.5 hours together, getting to know each other in this dirty tube carriage stuck somewhere between Mornington Crescent and Camden. She was hilarious. We shared my weird packed lunch of leftover cauliflower cheese from Sunday dinner the day before and cheese and jam sandwiches. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese. To finish our tube dinner, Em produced a brand new packet of ginger nuts from her bag. That was 4 years ago. And she still bangs on about them now as if I don't already know they're her favourites. In those 4 years, there's been boyfriends, 3 to be exact, 2 shockers, and one pretty great one who decided Canada was more his scene. And Em? 1 girlfriend. Long term. Could have been the one, except she was a grade A piece of shit. Like, honestly, the worst. So when Em broke up with her 2 months ago, actual fireworks went off across London. I mean, it was New Year's Eve, but I know that somewhere one of those fireworks were for Em. She didn't even notice them. She was too busy screaming and shouting in her bedroom, swearing, "I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life," while I was trying to shove a tequila shot and ginger nut down her neck. So, here I am. 4 years later. Not a lot wiser, but a bit more savvy. And Em? She's been there the whole time, holding my hand, holding my hair back when I've been sick, booking me Ubers from one end of the city to the other just to get me to her quicker. In case you haven't noticed, I think I'm in trouble. Not with the police or anything, with them and myself. When Em first got with her ex, I was fine. You could even say I was completely chill, but then I started to get jealous, and the jealousy started to grow, swelling inside me like the tide pulling away from the shore and building into this giant tidal wave that could destroy anything in its path, but I squashed it, I forced it to die. But I know there are people all over the world that are like that, but not me. Because I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way about girls. I met her and everything changed. Everything in me changed. I could feel myself moving, shifting, but I guess I just ignored it and put it down to the big changes in my life. I don't find anyone else attractive in the way that I find Em. It's her face, her body, the way her hair falls off her shoulder, the way she pronounces archive like it's a fucking garnish, the way she makes me laugh harder than anyone that I've ever met. She's just... yeah. Every time I see her, I feel with, like, bubbles. She makes me want to float above the tide of shit that's dragging me down. She makes me moved. Do you know what I mean? There are people that make you feel lifeless, stagnant even, and then there's people that make you feel everything. Feel your blood moving through your veins, your hairs shifting in the wind, your skin tingling. That's Em. That's how she makes me feel. And it's freaking me out. I mean, am I gay? Am I bi? Am I fluid, queer, pan? I don't know who I am now and I'm scared. I'm scared that the only thing that's holding me together is hope. And I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if I'm enough. I realise there's a lot of things I don't know. I do know that liking somebody of the same sex isn't a big deal, but when you've spent your whole life so sure of who you are, and then someone comes out of the blue and completely shakes you up, it's like a seismic shift in the tectonic plates of your life. I don't know what this means for us, for me. Oh God. It's going to be fine. Right. I mean, she's had 2 months to be all sad. Maybe it's my turn to be the wreck. She threw this fuck my ex-girlfriend party, so I turn onto her road and I head towards her flat. I can feel the butterflies in my stomach getting more and more frantic. The closer I get, I feel sick. Inside the flat, it's pretty packed. I'm greeted with a flurry of hellos, a tequila shot, but no M. Every step that I take, another hello or hi is thrown at me, and every conversation a tequila shot delays me finding her. I go from bedroom to kitchen to living room to finally the bathroom and the garden. I still can't see her. I feel like I'm running around a maze, and every corner that I turn, I'm faced with the same people, the same faces, the same roar of shots. I try to seem as calm as possible, acting as if I really do enjoy doing shots from other people's belly buttons, but the entire time I'm in a state of internal crisis, so I drink more, forcing myself to at least resemble having fun. But it's like being caught in a rip current that's dragging me further and further into a state of complete chaos, and I feel like I'm swimming against wave after wave of people that are dragging me further and further away, and it's hell, and my stomach is on fire from tequila and abject panic. I run. I find the last door on the left and I throw myself inside, slamming the door behind me. Em's room. The furthest I can be from the whirlpool out there without actually leaving the flat. I feel safe in here. Like, whatever's happening outside that door is miles away. I lie on the bed. The room spinning, my body shivering. Silence. A gentle knock on the door. The creak of the hinges. The dull roar of the party dying down, and Em. She stood there with a cup of tea in her right hand and a packet of ginger nuts in her left. She doesn't say anything. She just sits next to me, putting the tea into my hand, and I just say it. It comes out so naturally that even I jump a little in shock. I'm in love with you, Em. Her reply, I know. She hands me a biscuit, taking one for herself, and we dunk them in the tea. She puts her head on my shoulder, and we just sit, listening to people slowly filtering out of the party, the door opening and closing, the sunlight filtering in through the curtains. I know. She doesn't feel the same. But that's okay, because we're still the same. We're still dunking the same ginger nuts in the same tea.